Mr. President, honorable leaders and members of the Common Council, Madam Clerk, city officials, department directors, employees, and my fellow Danburyans, in accordance with my duties as mayor and those prescribed by the charter of the City of Danbury, I respectfully present my proposed budget and the comprehensive capital improvement plan for fiscal year 2007-2008. But before I begin my budget details, let me say thank you to the legislative body of our city, the Common Council, and its leadership. Our council spends hours working on the city's business in a voluntary capacity. In the coming month, they will be giving up their evenings and weekends to deliberate over this body of work. For the dedication and commitment, we should all be thankful. And of course, our thank yous would not be possible without recognizing our Director of Finance and Personnel, Dina Diorio. Dina has spent hundreds of hours poring over these numbers with the aid of her capable assistant, Judy Barris, and has been able to create a first-class document that all of us can be proud of. Dina's work is outstanding in every way. I also want to thank Dina for all of the years of hard work for the City of Danbury and all of her dedication. She has left a lasting legacy for our city, and I know that all of you here on the council thank her and wish her well in a new position in North Carolina. Like today, many of us wish we were going to North Carolina with her, but each year our city budget has earned awards for its presentation style as well as its content. I'm sure that this year will be no different. So Dina, thank you, and I know the City of Danbury will miss you and will miss Robert in the years to come. My friends, as in the past, the City of Danbury stands on strong financial footing. Danbury continues to maintain the highest credit rating and bond rating in our history, and we continue to have one of the lowest effective property rates in the state of Connecticut. I would encourage you to review the graphs and charts that are included in your budget. In particular, I'd like to point out our low debt service rate and our strong fund balance. Both of these numbers continue to remain healthy and strong. The City of Danbury's mission is to ensure a superior quality of life for its citizens by providing the most cost-effective municipal services while preserving the cultural, historical, and natural resources of the city. We are committed to working with citizens to enhance Danbury's position as a premier place to live, work, and raise a family in a traditional yet progressive environment. The mission statement defines and drives our decision-making process in the City of Danbury. Last year's budget reflected our core mission. In addition, each of our departments was asked to develop their own mission statement that connects back to the city statement. And this way, our mission is clear, and the flow of communication down to our departments is seamless. This year, the 2007-2008 budget continues that commitment with the introduction of performance measurements in the city's budget presentation. In a separate section of the budget, you will find logic models for a program or service for each city department, which is designed to assist managers to focus on what they want to accomplish and how best to reach and attain their goals. Our 2007-2008 budget reflects careful planning and an eye towards the future. This budget targets three core areas that have been the focus of our attention over the last several years. Specifically, public safety, education, and public works are the focus of our spending plan. Most important to our mission statement to the quality of life of the City of Danbury is the delivery of public safety services. On May 9th of 2006, our city made a decision on funding for a new police station and on funding for much-needed public safety technology and equipment. The police station will be 75,000 square feet and will include all of the ancillary uses that are required of a modern-day police department. Most importantly, the new police station will be equipped for centralized dispatch for police, fire, and EMS. Planning is moving forward, and we anticipate a June groundbreaking for the new building. To complement the delivery of these services and the new police building, the 2007-2008 budget has a number of improvements to the Danbury PD. The capital budget includes funding for 15 new vehicles for the police department and increased funding for training. Finally, there is the issue of operations within the police department. Last year, Chief Baker presented a strategic plan for the police department that would reflect the needs of a growing and diverse community in the 21st century. Chief Baker and Deputy Chief Shanahan called their plan Vision 2009. This plan is comprehensive and it's thorough. It reflects and updates recommendations from the strategic plan developed in 1983 for the police department by the International Associations of Chiefs of Police. These recommendations were never implemented by prior administrations. Vision 2009 analyzes staffing levels, equipment, sworn officer training, traffic enforcement, and quality of life enforcement. Over the last 10 months, both the city and the police union have been engaged in negotiating the impact of the new table of organization. In anticipation of a positive outcome of those negotiations, the 2007-2008 budget funds Vision 2009. This plan prioritizes increasing the minimum manpower by adding 15 more officers over the next 3 years. The police department continues as a priority of my administration with a 21% increase in funding in the past 4 years. Vision 2009, when fully implemented, and when we complete the new headquarters, nearly 24 more officers will be patrolling the streets with increased manpower and reassignments outlined in Vision 2009. The May 9th vote also included funding for the West Side Fire Station. The 2007-2008 budget funds 10 new firefighter positions to fully staff the new fire station. A new fire pumper, engine number 26, will arrive in late April for the use of the new station. The building will be completed this summer, and we will anticipate the dedication of the building around Labor Day. This project is the first major expansion of the Danbury Fire Department in over a generation. Finally, we are making improvements to the delivery of ambulance services in the city. The 2007-2008 operating budget includes funding for increased staff during peak hours, as well as a new computer system for electronic ambulance call reporting. This new system will improve patient care by improving real-time transmission of clinical data. This investment translates into a 40% increase in ambulance services for our community since I conducted a competitive bid for ambulance services several years ago. Education. Education spending continues to be one of the main drivers in our budget. Our Board of Education has asked for approximately a 7.1% increase in their operating budget. Education spending over the last 5 years has increased by 22.4%, and this year is no different. I am proposing an increase to the Board of Education of 6.1% to $106.1 million, or approximately $6.1 million more than last year. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention Governor Rell's bold initiative to place more resources in education. This spending plan puts all of the ECS increase that the governor has proposed right where it belongs, in our public schools. And finally, let me emphasize that we are excited about the future of education in Danbury. This past fall, the new Western Connecticut Academy of International Studies opened to rave reviews. It provides a state-of-the-art educational experience for our young people. In addition, Broadview Middle School renovations are complete, and Rogers Park Middle School renovations will be completed in a matter of months. The Roberts Avenue Replacement School will begin construction later this summer. Indeed, Danbury's children are poised for academic success with new facilities, and we are thankful to our taxpayers who understand the economic benefit of quality schools and an educated workforce. The 2007-2008 budget reorganizes and shifts resources to focus on the quality of life issues that are critical to the health of our neighborhoods. This spending plan is important to our mission statement and ultimately to the delivery of services to our residents. 2 years ago, I introduced to the Common Council the Livable Neighborhood Plan. The plan focused on 3 core areas. Specifically, we developed a department called the UNIT, or Unified Neighborhood Inspection Team. Secondly, we proposed a Danbury Neighborhood Bond, which was adopted by the voters in November of 2005. And finally, we proposed a number of initiatives within the 05-06 operating budget relating to the improvement of our neighborhoods. Last year, I expanded the organization to a full-time status. And over the past year, the unit has been very successful at improving the quality of life of our neighborhoods. This year, I've increased funding for the unit to allow the team to perform more inspections, hold more community forums, and engage in more neighborhood planning. In addition, earlier this year I introduced City Line 311. The 311 line allows residents to call a single phone number to get answers to frequently asked questions, request service, or obtain other information. This budget includes funding for a full-time 311 operator who works in the direction of the unit neighborhood coordinator. Having City Line 311 be part of the Office of Neighborhood Assistance allows us to take a comprehensive approach to quality of life issues. And finally, City Line 311 will give us vital information to measure our performance, how well we're helping our residents, and help us determine where best to allocate valuable city resources. With the retirement of City Engineer and Public Works Director Bill Buckley and the hiring of Antonio Iderola, I asked Mr. Iderola to review the operations of all the departments that report to him and develop a strategic plan that does several things. First, I wanted to improve delivery of critical services to our residents. Second, I wanted to improve maintenance programs, particularly in our Parks and Recreation Department. Third, I want to develop a management plan to implement capital improvement projects that are ongoing and develop organizational plans for future capital projects as we rebuild the city's infrastructure. And finally, I want to develop strong internal controls for city assessment projects and develop a strategic plan to reduce backlogs of those projects. We have reorganized the roles and functions of each of the departments. Tonight I'm presenting a sweeping reorganization of this department. Highlights of the new reorganization include the creation of a new public services division to include park maintenance, forestry, equipment maintenance, and highways. These 4 divisions will be led by the public service superintendent and will allow for a more coordinated approach to the delivery of these services. In addition, a new division will be created entitled Public Project Construction and Administration. This division will have sole responsibility for the execution of the city's capital projects and will report directly to the Director of Public Works. This will leave the engineering department with responsibility for permits and land use reviews, GIS mapping, public utilities engineering, public projects design, and traffic engineering. By segregating public project design from project management, we can ensure the most efficient execution of key projects that will be getting underway this spring and future projects that are waiting for funding. This reorganization will provide enhanced focus and direction as we seek to implement the various bond issues that have been approved by our voters over the last 2 years. And it will provide additional supervision and better management of our public works departments as a whole. Our sewer and water funds are beginning to see positive cash positions after 3 years of gentle rate increases. This year I am proposing no increases in rates to either the sewer fund or the water fund. And for the first time in recent memory, we are also adding a second crew to address water main breaks and to support ongoing maintenance issues in the water system. I am also proposing no changes to the current connection fee structure that's in place. Due to the increasing pressure on our senior citizens related to the rate increases in electricity and escalating costs of heating and cooling their homes, I'm also proposing a tax credit to be used as energy assistance for our seniors. The new program grants a property tax credit of $250 for single residents and $350 for married couples. In addition, the income level for qualification for energy tax credits has been raised to $51,500 for single residents and $58,000 for married residents. Because of higher income guidelines, for the first time, we'll be touching a whole new group of people who are on fixed incomes and need assistance and help in paying their energy bills. This proposal is fiscally responsible and will provide real relief for those seniors who have to make a decision between heating their homes and buying their groceries. The General Accounting Standards Board, commonly referred to as GASB, has added a new accounting standard that requires cities and towns to begin accounting for something called other post-employment benefits. These benefits are the retiree medical insurance benefits that the City of Danbury provides for each of its retirees for their lifetime. In Danbury, our actuarial has calculated this unfunded liability to be around $70 million. The 07-08 budget begins to account for retiree medical costs by creating an OPEB trust fund that will be treated similar to one of our pension funds. This important public policy decision begins saving for this unfunded liability. Unlike government's previous pay-as-you-go manner, and this year's contribution to the trust fund will be $1.2 million from the city. The question is, why should we fund OPEB? Well, credit rating agencies and bond rating agencies have indicated that they will judge the creditworthiness of cities and towns by whether or not they fund OPEB and by the strategic plan they have in place for future funding. A reduction in our bond rating will result in the city paying higher interest rates and cost the taxpayers more money. While OPEB is a significant unfunded mandate which negatively impacts our mill rate, we must fund our obligation to our retirees so that we are well positioned in the future to meet this challenge. The 2007-2008 budget provides for several unique initiatives regarding capital improvements in our city. Specifically, the program allocates $75,000 for the completion of Richter Park's master plan. Over the last several years, Richter Park has struggled to compete in the marketplace and has had discussions about the future of Richter House and of the golf course. A comprehensive master plan will allow the Richter Park Authority and the city to strategically plan improvements and to develop a long-term vision that embraces the arts community and enhances recreational opportunities. Our comprehensive capital improvement plan also allocates $250,000 towards the White Street Streetscape project, scheduled to start construction this summer. It also allocates $100,000 for sidewalk repairs. It allocates $100,000 for repairs and improvements to Rogers Park's fields. It allocates $100,000 for paving and for ongoing drainage projects. The 2007-2008 budget is full of change and improvements and reaches to attain the core values of our mission statement. The impact of these changes to our taxpayers is minimal. This year I'm asking our mill rate to be set at 22.20. This represents an increase of less than 1%. With this general investment, we will now have expanded public safety services with more police officers on the street, more firefighters to battle emergencies, fully fund the Board of Education's budget, responsibly fund our OPEB obligation, and provide meaningful energy assistance to our seniors. Our spending plan calls for no increase to sewer and water rates. Our spending plan is a mission statement that reflects a progressive, forward-thinking city that serves our residents. Our budget gives us a mission statement that reaches down to our city departments and connects with our citizens. It now includes logic models to set goals and to enhance performance. The 2007-2008 budget gives us a plan for strong management and strong accountability. A plan that gives us clearly defined goals and vision that each of us can be proud of. It has a realignment of the Public Works Department and funding of the Police Department reorganization plan that reflects the growing needs of our community, yet saves the city valuable tax dollars and resources. It has a senior energy assistance program, which will help our seniors address the escalating cost of energy. Our comprehensive capital improvement plan enhances the quality of life by improving our sidewalks and our streetscapes. And that is what our city is about. And that is what we'll be working to implement for the next fiscal year. So tonight I ask for the Council's cooperation as they deliberate over the spending plan. Our finances have never been stronger. Our outlook never been brighter. So let's work together on a bipartisan basis to keep Danbury moving forward. And with these thoughts in mind, Madam Clerk, I respectfully submit to you this budget for our 07-08 fiscal year. Thank you for your attention. God bless America, and God bless our great city.